Ba ba da ba ba. Whee! Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. It's your boy Maxwell coming to you with yet another video review. And in this week's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers. Bring them up a little bit closer here. Generations, War for Cybertron, Siege, Leader, Class, Shockwave. So here we are, and there he is. And usually, first and foremost, we'd look at the packaging, but I don't have his packaging anymore because I don't keep boxes. So yeah, let's just get right down to it, because there ain't nothing to it but to do it. So here we have Shockwave in his vehicle mode thing. This is a Cybertronian mode thing of sorts. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but here's what I do know. It's got, if my camera will focus, there we go. Lots of nice detailing and sculpting all around. I mean, here we got some of the side view. I mean, here's a top view. Beautiful. Even on the bottom, lots of nice molded detailing here. Hollow bits here and there, but what you're going to do. And yeah, here's the front, the view from the front. This has light piping, so that's pretty cool. My top light lights that up quite nicely. It looks like Shockwave's head. Here's the back side. You got your thruster areas and stuff here. And yeah, he has no wheels of any sort or another, so you can kind of slide. Granted, I got a tablecloth on my table now, but you could slide if you wanted to. Or what he's supposed to be, because he's a flying thing of sorts, you could have him go blooshy, blooshy, blooshy. You can have him do all that sort of cool and fun stuff. So yeah, no articulation really for the vehicle mode because it's a flying thing, but it has a landing gear on here on the bottom that flips in and flips out, and yeah, you just use that and some of the other back pedestals, and voila, there you got your landing gear. So that's pretty cool. Here you got the tube thing for Shockwave's alternate mode, which, yeah, according to the instructions, you just plug in right there. It's fine with me. I don't care. Because this isn't really what it's supposed to be. Those who are diehard G1ers will know, but we'll see more about that when we get later into the review. So for a couple of quick size comparisons so you can get a sense of scale of how big this thing actually is. Here we have Deluxe Class Refractor. So we can see kind of he's long, but then again, he's got long gun. He's got a long gun, so sense of slight scaling there. Unfortunately, my camera won't pick it up because of the angle, so whoop-de-doo, gotta love that. So there you got him with Refractor. Here you got him with his other fellow Leader Class in his shuttle mode. So you can see, yeah, he's longer and wider. Look at that. Yeah. In fact, I might raise up my camera just a little bit here, so that way we can kind of see that. Yeah. So there you got him with the Astro Train. And for the last vehicle comparison, here he is with Voyager Megatron. So yeah, it's a flying thing and a tank thing. Shoot him in the air and shoot him on the ground. And in the air. There you got that. Shockwave does come with a number of varying different accessories. All of them are actually currently plugged in on his vehicle mode, which gives him this added starship look. And when I play with him, this is a hyperspace interstellar traveler thingy when he's got all of these bits and pieces and accessories on. Like the hyperspace rings from Star Wars. So, yeah, these are optional if you want to use them. And speaking of them being optional, let's get into the transformation into his other vehicle mode, shall we? Let's. So to start off with, you want to unclip and untab these sections here. They got a tab here that'll go into a slot right in there, and then this tab here goes into a slot right there. Undo that, bring that off to the side, and this post here will go into that port there, and undo the other side here, and they're on these hinges here, and we'll take this and we'll just put that off to the side. And on the back section here, you want to take this section here and this section here and take them off. What? Parts forming! Ah, shush, 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 shush. Shush your face. I don't care. Put those off to the side. Do the same thing with these. Lots of parts forming. I don't care. If I cared, I wouldn't buy the figure. And from there, the only thing that's really left to do for the transformation into his other mode is just flip those down. And here we got his sleek other vehicle mode thing. I think the instructions call this a submarine. I mean, I could kind of see it. But you really know what this is. Flip up the landing gear. Unplug the hose. Plug it in either here or up here on the top. And you got his laser gun mode. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. I love that you can do this with it without actually having to rearrange any of the other bits and pieces that are already on it. And so yeah, it doesn't stand up well. Handle, the trigger is too small, so that is something to be mindful of, but you can it's got the homage. It's got the homage. But we'll just take that and plug that back into the peg here, reflip out the landing gear, and so that way we can get a newly reestablished sense of the size. Astrotrain, he's a lot thinner than Astrotrain now. Got that. Refractor, they're now about the same size, but his gun, you know. We got that, and then Megatron. And we got a sub and a tank. So there you go. Now, you do have varying different options and capabilities if you want to do with all of his accessories. And something that that they showcase, but they don't show in the instructions, is this. For if you don't want to have them on here, this is usually how I actually have these stored. So you flip in these gun turret sections here, like such. You take these platform sections here, tab them together. There's this little tab on this side here that'll go into this port slot right there. You just tab it in, and then flip the sections either up or down. I usually flip them up. These don't tab in very too well together, but oh well, the tab's good enough. From there, you got varying different ports on the bottom here. These two ports will go in, these two right here and here will go in onto these two posts here and here. Just do that and do that. That holds that all together nice and secure like. And then from there, you got this post and tab that are here, but you want the post, and it'll go into that port right there on that side. And do the same for the other side. And here you got yourself like a little hover flying platform of murder death, which is a pretty cool option if you don't want these all stored on Shockwave. And this is shown on the box, but they don't show this in the instructions. So do with that as you may. So we're going to take the accessory platform. We'll show more about this later after we get him into robot mode. So take that, put that off to the side. And speaking of getting him into robot mode, let's get into his transformation, shall we? Let's. So first thing we want to do is reflip back up that landing gear. Take the hose and unplug that and just kind of leave that off to the side here. Take this section here, which is the upper pylon section here. Untab that. This tab here just goes into a slot, which is in his abdomen area. And we want to split that down the middle. We want to take his legs and untab them. We just got a tab right here that goes into a slot right there. And accordion them out on this double hinge here. And flip that up. Take this section here, that was the pylon section here, and close that up. And it's got this tab here that's going to go into the slot here, and this tab that's going to go into that slot there. And just tap that all together and rotate it around so we got the leg oriented properly. Same thing on the other side, just accordion it out on the double hinge and close all of this up and turn it around. And there you got his legs all done. Now we move on to what is his upper body, which will create his backpack and everything. You want to take this section here, which is the front. Oh, I forgot to show off. Nice molded detailing on that. Now you've seen it. Now we're going to just take this section here and open it up. And it opens up like such. And bring it up. Take the arms and bring them down like so. Close all of this back up, and you will need to reclose this section back up. Take it to fold it up on like so, and then these two tabs here will go into these two slots there, and that will just tab in nice and securely. Take the hose, plug it into the forearm here, like so, to create the classic look for Shockwave. Bring his arms the rest of the way down, and the final bit of transformation is open up this chest section here, and you got these two tabs here that go into slots there. Flip up the head and close this back up, and these two tabs here that are on the back of his neck panel will tap into slots on the back side here. And just close that up, and there you go. There you've got Leader Class Shockwave in his robot mode. And Shockwave is a very, very lovely looking robot in his robot mode. Oh, this is just so perfect in so many different ways. Let's get in closer so we can take a look at his detailing, starting with his head sculpt. Great, lovely, lovely sculpting there. I wish my lighting was a little bit... There we go. Now you can see he's got some nice molded detailing surrounding his one eye, which is light piped, of course. Oh my, does that glow an ever so lovely yellow. Oh, that's beautiful. And all around, just kind of combing down here, we can see he's got all kinds of nice molded detailing that just kind of transferred over from his vehicle mode. And yeah, he's just, oh, he looks so good. I mean, he's got a backpack, but that's Shockwave. He's got a backpack. So yeah, just all around, just really, really lovely. He's got various different battle port spots all over him on his vehicle mode, and his vehicle mode is compatible with them. But this is my channel. I do what I want. So, articulation for this guy features a head on a ball joint, so you can get a whole bunch of movement around here. He can look up a little bit, and he can look down, and can rotate. Arms are on a pivot joint as well as a swivel, so they can move in and out and do a full 360. And because of the transformation joint, you have added movement for full upper arm movement. Biceps do rotate, and you got a little over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and wrists are on swivels here. This arm has all the same capabilities, but you got to be mindful of the hose, and even the gun can rotate. Waist swivel, so get a nice level of spin there. Legs are on a soft ratchet and can go forward that far. They can go back that far. They can go out on a friction joint that far for full splits. Thigh rotation, you get round, maybe a little under 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and ankles do rock and tilt back and forth. So there you got that. And now in this mode for comparison, here we are going to start off with Deluxe Class Refractor, all transformed and in his robot mode, so you can get a sense of scaling that wise. Here he is next to his illustrious leader that he follows anywhere. Here he is with Voyager Megatron, and you can see he's about Voyager-ish size. So there you got that. Here he is next to his fellow leader class, Astrotrain. Yeah, they're about the same size. And for the sake of robot mode comparisons, here he is next to Soundwave. Oh, I love this Soundwave. Got that. Here he is next to my only Cybertronian moded Seeker, Hotlink. So we can see how he scales with the Cybertronian moded Seeker. And I got one more comparison, but we'll save that for once we incorporate his accessories. And speaking of his accessories, here's his accessories platform. He does have a couple posts right on the bottom of his feet that can go into these ports on either side, so he can stand on top of it, and he can have his own platform. I think the box art for him had it kind of featured where this was set up, and he was kind of just like standing on it, kind of like taking a step forward and stuff. So you got that going on, so which is pretty cool. However, like I stated, this is an accessory pack, which means we got some upgrades that we can do to our dear old Shockwave to make him even more intimidating of an opponent. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of this apart. Bam! Here we got all of his accessories all taken apart. And so yeah, we'll just get to work on armoring up Shockwave. To start off with, you're going to want these two sections. We're going to put that off to the side. We're going to take these two sections, which are for his feet, and just plug them in using those ports that we showed off earlier. Just plug them in. And there's also a little tab that's on the back side here that kind of just goes right up in the back side of his foot there. So plug that in like so. And there you got that. And that gives him a little bit of a height boost, which is pretty cool. From here, we want to take these sections here, which are his added guns, take them in, bring them down, and they're just kind of tabbed in with this tab into a little slot right up in there. Turn them to the sides like so, and these will plug in on both sides. There's a port on his arm, a post right here, and just kind of get that plugged in. Like so, which gives him lots of arms, which is pretty cool. And then we just take the backpack section here, and I think the way that it's supposed to go is where these kind of these tab things here go right over where his shoulders are, and this will just kind of wrap around the back section here using these two ports onto the posts that are on his backpack. So we'll start off with this side because we got to work with the hose. Get that plugged in. Wrap that around and get that plugged in. And then he's got like a trench coat thing of sorts. And there you go. There you got Shockwave with his upgrade, with his accessory pack all plugged on and stuff. And yeah, I can work with this. I mean, it's not perfect, not by any means. However, for a toy line that's got lots of gimmicks and stuff, you know what? I can live with that. And so yeah, I mean, this adds a whole lot of extra girth onto Shockwave here, and just all around is very, very cool. And so his articulation isn't that hindered too much. I mean, a little bit, but his arms can still do the full 360 and move in and out. These arms are on double joints, so you've got a whole lot of range of motion and a swivel. So you got a whole bunch of range of motion there, and his legs work for exactly the same, except for going back now you run into these, which are like trench coat drapes, so they can go whoosh, 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 and are on swivels as well. So yeah, and head is not at all affected by it. So, and in fact, if anything, it helps to direct the light that goes into his piercing mono eye, his cycloptic eye. He's watching you. He is watching you. But anyway, let's get into doing a couple comparisons now that we've got him all armored up and stuff. So basically the same lineup as before. Here we got him next to Refractor. Get a sense of scaling that way. Here he is next to his leader class buddy Astro Train. Yes, I just took his gun off. And no, we're not going to do his accessories. Here he is next to Megatron, so we can see that maybe he's more at the same height with him now, but oh well. There you got that. Here we got him next to Soundwave, so we can get a sense of scaling that way. Here he is next to Hot Link. There you got that. And now for the final comparison. This is the current definition of a leader class figure, which is more or less just a overpriced Voyager for the added accessories. But how does he stack next to an actual leader class figure? Well, for the sake of this video, I have one of my personal favorite leader class figures, that being Rodimus Unicronus, to compare him to. And you can see he's a big boy. He's a big boy. Maybe next week's review. Emphasis on that. Maybe. So there you got that. And there you go. So there you have the video review for the Transformers War for Cybertron Voyager Leader Class Shockwave. A very cool, very fun, very nice, updated Shockwave figure. And you know what? Even despite his leader class price point, well worth it. And of the fact that at least for the base robot mode in of itself, it is a beautiful, beautiful robot. And I love it. This is truly like a micro masterpiece. And that's what I've been saying about a lot of these figures, is that they're micro masterpiece. One of the nice things about him is the fact that he doesn't have a whole lot of that battle scuffing. Just little bits here on these sections here, and a little bit on his legs and on his feet. But as a whole, very clean. You'll also notice that his Decepticon symbols are very well rubbed off. I play with this figure a lot because he's just that good. Just that good. Now, as of the time of the recording of this video, you can still find him, at least in my local area, at some of my local Targets. So feel free to check that out. Otherwise, you can feel free to get them wherever you get them. Because if you want them, I would say get them. That's what my thoughts are with regards to that. So there you go. I think that will just about do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video review. If you did, please be certain to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with whomever you think might like it, and also don't forget to check me out on social medias. There will be links in the description down below. And I think that will just about do it. And so until next time, party people, we'll catch you later. Camera fall down.
You will do the logical thing and like and subscribe to Maxwell's Reviews. He does lots of video reviews pertaining to me and as well as the other Decepticons. You will subscribe. It is logical.